Drink the broth, scoop out some grapefruit, and savor that one slice of turkey. Don't worry, you'll give up this newest diet about halfway through just like us. But perhaps instead of trying to find the latest cleanse, gimmick, or set of restrictions to lose that fat, should we just eat healthier? Well, that's something easier said than done. With superfoods and super extreme plans gone awry, today we get Talkily about our declaration that enough is enough with diet fads. Today on Talkily. Hello everyone, this is AWC. Today I'm here with Josh.
Hey.
With Cody.
Hey.
And with Christy.
Ciao.
And today we're here to talk about diet fads, and the diet industry in general. How about we start off by going through some otter diet fads that I found.
Otter diets?
Careful, that's a slippery slope.
Fuzzy creatures? Oh, we're eating the otters.
Based on the list I found. This is me talking is as bad as me spelling. Based on the list that I found online through extensive research, and by research I mean just a quick Google search and pulling the very first thing I found online. It wasn't hard.
That's extensive these days.
Yeah,
Extensive.
Wikipedia. What? Yeah, there were some pretty weird ones out there. I mean, I've heard of some, like the grapefruit diet. But there was one, for example, the air diet, where you get some food, you have it prepared, you pretend to eat it, but instead you eat water soup. So
Okay,
soup with water with just like salt in it.
Okay.
We have so many questions.
Okay, so you're
and concerns.
when are you eating this fake meal? Because you've got this one meal in front of you.
I don't know. That's just what the article said. I think it's virtual eating.
Alvin, this is why we don't do research.
It's so much funner. It's so much fun. It's just so much fun just to like find these things and then just to talk about it offhand, right? I don't want to really. That's how much time that I have. I'm not going to do this diet. It's a ridiculous thing.
So you have the plate of food.
I did a quick search to make sure it wasn't just the one article. I found it in multiple places. People have done it and have tried it. Some superstars, because that's always a thing.
Have a bowl of water?
Water?
Water.
Yeah. Broth.
Salty water.
Some sort of a salt
I'm
broth.
done. I tag out.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's one.
So
yeah.
it's beside you. This like you've got
No. I think it's in front of you, and you're supposed to pretend like you're eating it. But instead
eating
of
what?
the fake food, the real food that's in front of you, but you're fake eating.
And then you dip into the water?
I think
We've all seen Hook, right? Like,
Oh, that explains it. No, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
You have the benefit of looking at real food.
Didn't that stuff look so good?
Yeah.
In that movie, they make it
did.
look like delicious.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah. So there's that one.
We should start the Hook diet, and it's just like
It's kind of like air diet.
Yeah, it's just actual like randomly colored mashed potatoes. I guess
It looks like a lot of Superman ice cream.
Yeah.
Moving on. There's the baby food diet.
Okay, that's just gross.
Where you eat like 12 your daily intake of food is basically from like 12 bottles or cans or whatever of baby food. And then you have one adult meal.
Which is burger and fries.
Yeah,
probably
burger and fries, yeah. And then there was also the cookie diet.
I hated everything about this that I read up on it.
I choose the cookie diet.
For the record, you are choosing about 200 calories a day.
No,
that's like half a cookie.
Yeah.
But do you know how many carbs you're choosing?
Well, no, but it's like however many 200 calories is. Like that's the daily intake on this diet.
200 calories?
I did the math.
How do you survive on 200
at
calories?
15 pounds a month, it works out to you eating.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. A day. Yeah.
If you lose 10 to 15 pounds a month.
A month, yeah.
then you'd have to subsist.
That would mean eating about 200 calories a day for the average
Never
person.
mind.
That's one cookie.
Yeah.
That's one or two
If you're
cookies.
lucky.
Yeah. I looked it up online. It's like you buy this thing for like $200 a month,
Oh,
and they send you a pack that you're supposed to eat.
A pack of cookies.
Yeah.
Now, before I move on to this next point that brings up, which is like the whole corporate, industry of diets, the diet industry itself. I just have two more of these ridiculous diets that I found. I mean, and okay, this one's not so ridiculous. It's intermittent fasting, every other day diet. Where you basically starve yourself one day and then you eat the next day.
That's not intermittent fasting, though.
No,
Oh,
that's not
never
intermittent
mind then.
fasting.
That is, I know what you're talking about.
Every other day
That is a
diet.
thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Intermittent fasting is like when it's actually part of keto.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
you are.
Or not
I'm like-
later.
Yeah, eat within a window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the every other day diet. There's the tapeworm,
That's no.
where you take pills or you swallow like
A tapeworm?
a tapeworm, but specifically tapeworm like eggs, and then they're supposed to hatch in your digestive system.
Yeah, that's like tapeworms do.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable solution.
Yeah.
Let's put
Yeah.
an organism in my body.
You're looking at the menu of diets and you're like, which one will work for me? This one sounds very reasonable, not at all like an alien movie.
Here's a danger. You think that here's a dangerous run. Cotton ball diet.
Yeah.
What?
So you would take several cotton balls, you put it in orange juice or something like that. You swallow it, and then it's supposed to make you feel full.
What?
People have done. I thought it was kind of a joke too, and I looked online and actually people have done this too. And the problem is that when it gets into the digestive tract, it can cause serious
No kidding.
like serious medical complications.
Yeah.
I did actually research that one because I thought I was like,
This sounds like diets for people who should be seeing a therapist.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, what's unhealthy here? The body or the mind?
Well, yeah. Well, it's like like anorexia,
Right.
or was it bulimia, where you're puking? When people have that, they're taught you have to be skinny, or even you're not skinny enough.
Yeah.
People will sometimes turn to whatever they
The craziest thing.
to
Right,
whatever
right.
solution they haven't tried yet.
But anorexia and bulimia is more a mental illness.
Yeah.
It's not I wouldn't even it's not a diet. You don't consider that a diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of these things you were talking about are like crazy solutions
Oh,
to
like the cotton ball thing,
but that's just it.
that's crazy.
to like extreme.
Yeah. It's called a diet,
Yeah.
but it's not,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now jumping back into the the diet industry, you have, and I don't think it hasn't happened with a cotton ball, but I can imagine a scenario where you have a company that says, well, let's sell these specialized cotton balls that people will consume, right? And then it's supposed to make them feel full. There are pills, they're not cotton balls, that are, their goal is to try and make you feel full, right? But there are also all these different types of diets or cleanses, etc., that are intended to help you lose weight, but it's, for me, like, I think some companies are going to try and push something like this, knowing it's not actually going to help someone, but knowing that the people who are buying it, it's going to help them just long enough so that they'll buy into it. Especially when they see their friends and whatnot. And the thing is to keep in mind is that a lot of these crazy diets we've talked about, and the more traditional ones that we're going to be talking about, there are people who, there is at least one person that's had success with all of these.
Well, short term, they'll help you lose weight.
Short term.
Yeah.
Short term, right? The sustainability of it.
Yeah.
The preventing yourself from bouncing back.
Oh, I can't imagine.
That's always the hardest thing, right?
The cotton ball diet. How can you sustain that? How can
Well,
you?
you can't, right?
Well, you don't.
with- You can't, because something would horribly happen to your insides. Like, I mean,
They're just hoping
best-
you sustain it
best
long enough
case-
to make a profit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
again, yeah. So no company has done that, right?
No, I feel
far as I
like
know.
in North America, at least, they would get
Oh,
Like-
there's got to be someone who does.
Yeah, I feel this is
raked
more.
over the coals if they tried
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
though.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is more of like a do-it-yourself diet.
You
Yeah.
have way
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
You have way more faith in the regulatory industry than I do.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, but I mean, because we're seeing all these health products come out, and they're expensive. Some of these things are quite
They're very
expensive.
expensive.
Like $50 for a bottle of, enzymes or probiotics.
Yeah.
And the probiotics, there is research that shows that yes, you actually need the right probiotics in order to help your gut help you sustain yourself, right? Like there's a lot of research that's coming out just regarding the stomach, your gut, and how that helps you, right? And how the benefits of that, and making sure that the system in your stomach is and your digestive system is at a it's in a good condition, I guess you can say, or it's maintained, right? But there are companies, like always, because capitalism, where they go out and they try and they hawk out like, okay, here's our meal plan for $200. Here's our miracle pills for X number of dollars. Here's our subscription service for you, just to try and get you to spend money on a better health, right? The get skinny quick thing.
It's all based on a one-shot solution to these problems that may or may not be invented. Also, like, to what extent are you trying? Why are you trying to lose weight? Is it because because it's actually unhealthy, or because you think it is, or you think you need to look a certain way? And it's every human beings like clear one-shot answers.
Quick fix.
Yes.
That's what and we want it fast. We want it right now, and and people are marketing towards that, like these pills. Like,
and if it was a quick fix, like, it would either everyone would be doing it and it would be working and everyone would be great, or they would be charging so much that only the 1% would have it.
Exactly.
Which maybe there is something out there that we don't know about.
Maybe,
Unless one of you is 1% and I don't know about it. In which case, let's talk.
So how about more reliable diets? Diets that can be still can be considered fads, but have a more proven track record. So, like, the keto diet, the Atkins diet.
Which one was Atkins?
The paleo diet. I think that's also that's another low carb diet.
Right.
Most of those, those are low carb.
They're all low carb.
Style.
Was Atkins is that the point system one?
No, that's Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers is the point system one. Yeah.
Okay, Atkins is just
I
low
didn't
carb.
get. I don't.
No, I have some friends that do Weight Watchers, and recently they revamped it. It sounds better.
I had a friend who did it recently too.
Yeah,
and he was very successful with it, combined with
exercise.
A personal trainer and exercise.
Right.
Yeah.
And like a lot of discipline. And then as soon as he stopped,
the
weight came right back,
that's
or whatever,
kind of
right? Like, that's the thing, is that you're talking about,
like, the thing with any of the ones that can work is it has to be something that works for you long term. Like,
that you can be sustainable.
Lifestyle. If you can't see yourself eating this way 5 years from now, that's probably not the way to start.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to keep adding points every day for the rest of your life? Because I don't, and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
See, I'm on the keto diet, but I do it with exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all diets that you have to do some, for them to work, you have to do some
sort of
physical exercise or some type of exercise. Because the keto diet, like eating bacon the whole time or eating all these meats and stuff like that, it eventually
it is.
It's only fine for you if you're exercising enough to justify what you're putting in your system.
Exactly, because your cholesterol is going to go through the roof, right? So you have to exercise to get that down, like to get it normal or whatever, so it doesn't go through the roof. So there's that balance there where you have to keto, yes, low carbs, which is high protein, lots of fat and protein, low carbs, but you have to exercise to balance out that high fat.
Yeah.
You have to. Or else you're just gonna,
the only times I've seen someone negotiate a diet that actually worked like that was usually some sort of Mediterranean, high protein, low carb diet with proper amount of exercise and everything else, and that contains it and pulls it together. But you have to sit within that paradigm and make it work.
Exactly, you have to, exactly, and that's that's what I do. Like, I mean, I've got it probably nailed down to I know what I to a T. Like, I mean, it's like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it right.
Do you see like result?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you see like reaction?
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, I started September 1st and it's just November. And I've totally noticed in the 2 months. but I'm doing like what I need to do. But I'm also feeling better. Like, I mean, I used to be a candy freak. I used to eat candy and sugar used to be like way up there. I used to be known as like the sugar freak who would buy like all this candy. Now I'd be like this. Now I've cut back and I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. And I find that exercising is even better. Like, I mean, I like this way of life now. Most people say it's like, well, why are you doing keto? You don't need to do keto. It's not that I want to lose weight. It's because I was doing something wrong before.
That was unhealthy.
And now I'm doing something healthy.
Yeah.
Well, but some people don't think keto's healthy. Some people think that, and that's your opinion. I get it. Some people.
My only problem with keto is when it's harped from the whole like all sugars are bad and they're going to kill you angle.
Oh, exactly. No. Like, I mean,
that's my only problem with that aspect of keto.
Yeah. And it's not all sugars are bad. It's like, you've got certain sugars that you can choose from. Like, I mean, I only eat sugars that I can pronounce. Like, I mean,
and that's fair.
in the keto diet, they've got this one that starts with an E or eryth.
Oh, I can't
even pronounce it.
Yes.
So I do the monk fruit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can pronounce that. I'll eat that. I can't pronounce these ones that start with an X or with an E. No. So I'm not going to stick that in my body.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, I mean, I've lost 15 pounds,
which is great.
3 inches
awesome.
off my waist. But I was thinking about it, and
nice flex.
oh, for me, I started realizing, it's less about. It's not that I've lost the weight just because I've started this diet specifically. It's because I am not eating crap anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever helps you do that.
Yeah, and I probably should start working out more.
Do it.
Like, I mean, going for walks with my dog.
Got a treadmill.
I don't talk to. It's in the background there.
Next time, the next evolution of this setup is going to be you on a treadmill.
Yeah, there we go.
Walking the whole time.
And it stops recording if you're not walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm eating healthier.
Yeah.
I'm eating more greens. I'm not eating as much junk food. I've cut out sugar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just like you, Christy. Oddly, around the same time I started working with you, my intake of sugar had increased exponentially. No, it was bad before. If it wasn't sugar, it was, whatever else. So now I'm just paying more attention to what I'm eating. So for me, it's less, I'm going to stay with this diet forever. It's more, I need to start being more conscious of what we're eating. I think, for everybody, that should be the main goal. It shouldn't be, let's spend all this money on this diet. Let's not do this, blah, blah, blah. It's do some type of activity and then try and eat healthy. It doesn't mean you have to for me right now, I've completely cut that out because I'm trying to lose the weight. But, once I've reached my goal weight, for me, I think it's important just if you are going to reintroduce candies or chips or junk food or things that aren't necessarily the healthiest, do it in moderation. Do it in a way that's controlled so that you're not bouncing back to your original weight.
And that's what a lot of people have a problem with. It's like they do it, they lose the weight, and then they just like they
go right back.
They go right back
to their
or they go back to what they were eating before, thinking they can just eat less.
Yeah, and
without changing what they were eating. But
I think it's dangerous for any human being to say that is completely off limits. You can't touch that.
Right.
Because as soon as you do, you turn something into a forbidden fruit.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's over.
And there's some diets that they're not fad diets. There are more dietary restrictions, right? Like people who had surgery on their stomach. There are people who are diabetic. Right.
So, I have a few friends that are celiac.
Yeah.
Celiac, right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of diets too that I mean, for them, it's more managing their diet, not as like a let's get skinny. It's a diet to what they can actually eat. Right.
So they don't get pain or.
Yeah. Like the original definition of diet, as far as like just the overall, like what you're putting in your system, not like I'm doing this specific thing.
Oh, you mean like, diet is.
Like diet as in like, what are we at? What was that? Air diet?
sorry, there's also another one here that we haven't touched on yet that I thought was weird. The Zen diet.
Okay, what is the Zen diet?
The Zen diet. No strongly flavored foods.
Oh, forget it.
You have to balance everything regarding taste and have an opposite for each ingredient. Now, there are some places where I read that when they were subscribing to the Zen diet and said that even when you're picking out your food, you even have to cook it 5 different ways and have 5 different colors and have 5 different types of taste. I don't know the exact specifics, but it sounds more like
a headache.
Yeah, it does sound like a headache. I think we're ruling this one out.
Yeah.
It was more about feng shui with the food.
Yeah, it sounds like feng shui for your food. Your food has to be facing north.
Yeah.
It's got to be this color green, not this color green.
Yeah, but I don't know.
More of an emerald, not a jade.
Nope.
Heaven help you if it's a hunter.
Yeah. Oh, yes, the blood type diet.
Oh,
right,
geez.
yeah.
Oh, the
okay,
blood
what
type
is
diet.
that?
The blood type diet specifies that based on your blood type, you should be eating certain foods more. Because if you are a certain blood type, you're more inclined to be a hunter or be a gatherer, etc. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think that's from that whole thing of like your blood type defines like what you'd be good at in the workplace. There's a few.
Yeah,
there's a time period where that was a thing.
This is all like this is all internet research era like level science here, right?
I have a disclaimer at the end of every podcast.
This is the millennium.
Take everything with a grain of salt. Make up your own mind. Do your own research. And remember, we're just normal people who think they know something.
Yeah. Any nutritionist
I have
will
opinions.
Tell you
this is not right.
It's not.
That,
like
it's
about calories in, calories out.
So we'll register dietitians. I'll throw that out there. Yeah.
I know one.
Yeah.
So it's about calories in, calories out, finding what works for you, finding what works for your body type, your lifestyle, your genetics, etc., and then making that work in a very balanced and thoughtful way. And then there are no simple answers, and that depending on what that situation
and there's
is,
no simple pill.
No.
And so this is a difficult thing, but all these diets are like, in one way or another, are like, this is the way it's going to happen. And if you do it this one way, it'll be perfect. And just no perfect solution. If you find a perfect solution, let me know.
Yeah.
But you won't. So
Market
I'm not
it.
worried about that.
Yeah.
See, like when people say everything's fine in moderation.
Yeah, because what might be moderation for you is different than moderation for me.
Exactly.
It's also like moderation for each specific thing on top of that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people can eat a whole bag of chips and be fine. I can't. I eat a whole bag of chips as not good for me. But and even for people who can eat a whole bag of chips and they don't gain any weight, people with high metabolisms or whatever, doesn't mean they're healthy. It just means their body is able to do it better.
Eat a whole bag of chips and I won't gain any weight, but I'm not moving very fast for like days.
And
and then I have to force.
How old are you?
32.
Okay, this is true. I've talked to people. Once you hit the 40 mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a shift. Yeah.
45, and once you hit that 40 mark. You think you can eat those bag of potato chips? I've got a couple. No.
I've noticed like over the years, like I'm 34. So like what I've noticed that every maybe 5 or 6 years, my body goes through, I don't know, my body's very good at telling me when something's wrong, like, or when I'm not eating right or when I'm adjusting.
Mine is really good at saying, I'm fine.
Yeah. I know. I've been told this because I'm like, well, I just listen to what my body's telling me and do that thing. And so it just, that's how my metabolism works or whatever. Every 6 or so years, 5 or 6 years, I get like a shift where I'll be like, I'll eat and what I think is a normal sized meal or whatever. And I start to get like, I just went through one of these when I turned 30 and I was like, oh, I just feel awful. And I'm not like digesting things well. And then when I like cut my portions back and adjust what I'm eating a little bit, one way or the other. And then it's like, oh, I think I'm back to equilibrium again. I've had to dial it back and do that. But it gets harder and harder
40.
every time that happens. So I've anticipated.
40, like your metabolism goes down.
Right.
For us women, that's when you start menopause. Like, I mean, it just like goes downhill from that. And that's why we as like have to work harder. Like we have to watch. Like, I mean, I've got these little girls, like young women that I work with, and they're like 25, 26. and they eat whatever they want. And it's like, and people who are older than me, it's like, yeah, you wait till you hit 40. 40 is the magic number where everything falls apart.
Well, thanks.
Everything falls apart. I'm warning you.
The rate the world's going right now, I'm not going to make it to 40 anyway.
It's like, it just like goes downhill.
I don't have to worry because I'm timeless.
You're timeless.
No, how about
the man hasn't aged in 10 years.
Yes, seriously.
So I guess just techniques for getting eating healthier then in general, right? Instead of doing diets, there are many things, simple things like eating slower, right?
I hate that.
Really?
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's difficult, and it's after a certain point, I almost start to gross myself out. From just constantly chewing the same food. Eventually, I'll start to like zero in on that. This is a callback to the pet peeves episode, by the way, for our longtime listeners. And yeah, it ends up like I just can't.
Yeah. Eating smaller portions, right? Mm-hmm. Eating them slowly, making better decisions, working out, right? And
eating smaller portions. That's so hard when today's society, you take a look at, like, if you go to a restaurant,
yeah,
oh my goodness, their portions are like massive. Or like if you go like anywhere, like the portions that people are serving in restaurants or people that are, those are not normal portions.
No, like the best
They're
place
not.
to start with that would be to start cooking more of your own meals.
That's what I was going to say. Like, how
Yeah.
many people like cook? Like, we cook at home most always. I mean, we'll go out.
So do we. Yeah,
we'll go out once a week, basically. But,
right, but then you're well within the whole
Right.
That's moderation.
Right. That's what moderation is for us.
Yeah.
And if you're going to choose a diet, make sure that when you choose it, it's one that is sustainable, and maybe take a look at what you're doing and why you're losing the weight. Because for me, at first, I was like, yeah, it's because I'm cutting out on carbs. And I realized, no, actually, it's because I'm eating out so much and eating all that junk.
Could be because you're cutting out a little bit of carbs and not eating out as much and walking your dog more often.
Yeah, but this is it. But I'm also, because I'm making my own meals, I know what's in that.
Yeah.
Chicken, for example. CBC did a story where they wanted to see how much of that chicken actually is chicken. And I gotta tell you, doesn't matter who it's from, and I don't want to call anybody out right now because I don't want to get sued.
We know we're gonna lose that Tyson endorsement.
Yeah. I'll put a link. I'll add a link down below and make sure it's added somewhere and mention. Yeah. But the CBC story basically showed that a lot of chicken, like the healthy chicken,
organic chicken.
Well, yeah, or chicken from restaurants. It's not 100% chicken. There's filler in there. There's like plant proteins.
Oh, yeah, I knew about that.
Yeah, and in some cases, less than 50%
of chicken.
So
what do you get in, like, what about the chicken that you buy in the supermarket?
Well, that I don't know. I'd like to think, the thing is, if you can look at the breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's like a raw chicken breast. The thing, now if we're doing a deep dive into it, we have to talk more about how the chicken was raised, what was put into that chicken, etc.
Right.
But at least that is a chicken. But if you're buying a processed chicken, something that's been ground up, and then you have batter and stuff put over top of it.
Oh yeah, anything
batter.
that's batter.
I used to love getting the boneless chicken wings. I don't know if I can now because they are chicken nuggets and they're fun. But I don't know if it's all chicken breast.
Oh, probably isn't.
Probably not. Yeah.
No.
Right?
Unless you make your own.
Yeah, processed foods.
Oh yeah, see, and that's what happens. Like, I mean, you're probably also losing weight because you're not eating processed food.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, you should see some of the crap that's in like some of the stuff that you get, and it's unbelievable. Like, do you grow gardens? I grow a garden, and like in the summertime, and it's great. Like, and then I grow everything, and I know what I'm putting in my food, and I know everything about that.
I'm more of a low maintenance perennial guy. But we go to the farmer's market.
There we go.
Yeah, we try to buy, local as often as possible.
What do you guys think about diets and stuff like that? This is organic.
I hate it.
Well, the thing is with the organic, it's not a regulated thing.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it.
Exactly.
Anyone can slap that label on. My dad's a farmer, and he'll tell you Does it come from the ground? It's organic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's that sort of common
so why
sense.
are people paying? Like, I would never, like, I grow my own food. Does that mean, like, I'm growing organic stuff?
Congratulations. Slap an organic label on there and go down to the farmer's market and
There
they'll buy
we
it
go.
from you.
You know, honestly, for me, it's like diet water. Remember diet water?
Diet
water?
From the bottled water episode?
Oh,
yeah. Is
it's so long.
Yeah. No, it's a fake thing.
Cucumber. Is it cucumber water?
It'd be cute.
There's a fad thing going around.
Cucumber water.
Everybody loves
celery water.
Celery water. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, wait, really?
Why? Yeah.
Called chicken
a
broth.
lot of that though, I think, is like people don't know what healthy eating looks like.
Oh yes. Yes.
So they think organic means it's good for you, even though it doesn't mean anything.
No.
So they're just very susceptible to a lot of that garbage marketing.
Yeah. Again, it comes back to the simple, clear, easy solution. Oh, it's organic. It should be good for me.
Yep.
That's what I want to know.
Do you know that if you buy like frozen vegetables or frozen fruit, like for example, strawberries and stuff like that, it is probably more healthy for you than the stuff that you have like in the produce section.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Why so?
Well, it's because it's picked right then. Like, I mean, it's I can't explain.
Picked right then, frozen, and
Frozen,
it's basically like
exactly.
It hasn't, time hasn't passed.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no need for I guess chemicals or whatever to try and keep it to last longer. Maybe.
Yeah. Feeling better about my bag of frozen green beans in the fridge.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Thank goodness, because we just got a whole bunch of frozen.
See, and frozen vegetables are cheaper.
This is a panel of nutritional experts.
They're quite a bit. Did you know they're quite a bit cheaper than the real stuff, like the stuff in the produce? And it's just and it's better for you frozen, and it's cheaper. Frozen fruits and vegetables. The way to go.
This panel approves frozen vegetables.
Yes.
Because we're experts.
We are, yeah.
No, we're not.
No. Spoilers.
Thanks again for joining us today on Talkily for another cool discuss. Joining me today for the No Diet Diet was Josh, Cody, and Christy. Intro-outro music is Illuminate by Ethan Rank, found on Artlist. All additional music also acquired through Artlist. All images and videos in our show acquired through Pixabay. Podcasting services acquired through Spreaker. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you enjoyed the show, please visit cooldiscuss.com. Check out our merch store or consider a donation so we can continue producing awesome content. Please keep in mind we are just normal everyday people talking about things we think we know something about. We are not experts on any of this. Always take everything you hear, read, or see with a grain of salt. Never get all your information from only one place, and always be willing to question. This is AWC thanking you once again for joining us.